creations alive, dreams retold, the hum of the machine, the beat of the night. Tim hosts the spark, the guiding light. Electric vibes, hands to the keys, chats alive, riding the breeze from the firm roots to the rising stars. Subscribers and visitors, here you are. Welcome to the stream. Hearts collide. Hanging with Tim on a Sunday ride. Community strong. Let the love flow. With 3D Canada, let's start the show.
Here we go. Hello and welcome. Whoa, hang on, that's not supposed to start. There, that's better. Hello and welcome. I clicked the wrong scene. Hello and welcome to DeWitt 3D Canada on this wonderful Sunday night. Hopefully I have volume. I do have volume. Thank you. Good, good. Well tested. Hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. Let's see who is here. Where is my chat window? Doop, there we are. And early and on, who was the first one to comment? 3DHP Jerry, of course. Thank you, Jerry. Always here to help, always here to support. Thank you. Guy the Jedi is here. Russ Gare is here. Hello, Russ. Great to see you on Jerry's stream yesterday. And thank you for all the help you've been providing. Wow. Bill D is here. Techno Bill, Cliff D, Jeff Thorson. Guy the Jedi, we already said hi. Class Clan Andrew Humphrey is here. Big Bad Joe, Zybertech is here. That's it so far. It looks like we have around, 20 people watching. A few people have said hi in chat, so that's great. So good news is, well, it's good news for now till we open the package. Good news is we have a new laser tube for this. I have not opened this at all. It is sitting right here in its original packaging. Is there any address info anybody can sneak in up in there? No, probably not. It's in its original packaging. I decided I'm going to open it live on stream because if there's any issues, we are going to show those live. Live. Okay. Anyways, without ado further, well, let's go over a few little fun things that have happened through the week, just because we can. I tried a new material which is available locally, and we will be getting back. Those are the kind of things you cut out of a edited video, right? Or those are the takeout scenes at the end. We will be getting back to 3D printing soon here, but we got to get these lasers going, and we're going to be doing a combination of laser and 3D as we move forward on the channel. Not necessarily building, but mostly making. Is it live or is it Memorex? If it goes backwards, it goes speed up because it goes Memorex speed up and tape. So anyways, a couple new materials I got in recently from a local supplier, which are really nice. Let's switch the camera so you can actually see what I'm showing you. It's a, you can get them in different thicknesses. This is a 1/16 of an inch thickness. And basically it comes as a black and you laser away the black to reveal the white behind. This is going to be amazing for making signs. And then you throw a 3M or certain adhesive on the back of it. And you have a nice sign. This is the black with the white background. So we have white text on a black background. And this is the brushed silver finish with a black background. This is beautiful stuff. Anyways, just wanted to show you that. We're going to be working with this stuff some more. I get this stuff locally. I can pick it up locally, no shipping charges, and it's a very reasonable price for a sheet of this stuff. So that's exciting. That is a new exciting product that we have in the studio, as well as a few other different things. Andy Visley is here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Jack Faxon, hello, hello. And Nick. I'm trying to catch up with everybody as they come in. So that's what's been happening this week. I've been playing with that. I've been doing some various test prints on the S1 here. We've got a different pin system for holding our materials up and so forth, which we'll be going over later. But tonight is about putting the new tube in the Monport K40 laser. As you all recall, this did come with a broken tube. Probably thank you to UPS and that little huckster, little chucking it on my front porch incident that I showed y'all. And I want to thank Monport. Now, it did take a little while to get the tube, but once it shipped very fast. I got a shipping notification Monday. I think it was Monday this week. And it showed up on my doorstep on Friday. So that's pretty quick considering it came all the way overseas. And I know they wanted to package it. Well, you got to look at it and see how big this tube is. It's probably yay long, and it looks like they've packaged it really, really well. So let's open it up and see if we have a good tube, and then if we have a good tube, we will then proceed to change the tube. I've been watching a couple videos on how to change these tubes, so I think I've got it down. It's pretty simple stuff. As you look at it, you got to cut a couple wires. You basically disassemble it and assemble it in the reverse order, and hopefully Bob's your uncle, and we're good. So hopefully it all works out good. So let's go ahead and open this box if I can find my knife. There it is. Whew. A handy dandy knife which has a short blade in it. I'm going to put a new blade in this. Hang on. There we go. We got a new blade. Throw that old blade right over there. You're back again. You got a call. Okay, well, good. I'm glad you came back. So let's go ahead and open this up and let's see how well protected it is. I'm going to assume it's extremely well protected because of the incident that happened. Okay. Well, it looks like there's a box. No, not a box inside a box, but we'll slice down this side. Okay. It's very well taped, I'll tell you that much. I'll give them that much. So I hope everybody has had a wonderful, productive, happy, good week. Okay. Okay, and I'm just going to pop off this top portion. Okay, we've got some cardboard to get rid of. Okay, so right away I look at it and I see very similar type of bubble wrap tubing that comes with the bamboo printers. If you look at that, this is good. This looks like it's very well protected. Okie doke. Let's see. Good evening, Sergio. Hello, HVAC A to Z, Sergio. You saw the cards there I did through together. It looks cool. Yeah, those cards are great. Oh, and I've also been doing some black aluminum business card type cards. So let's be very careful with this. So that's empty now. So here's the tube. We have the one end of the tube right here and the other end right here. And it looks to be so far intact. They got a lot of bubble wrap around it, which is great. So let's find the start to this bubble wrap, which is right here. We'll just make sure we're going to inspect the tube before we do too much, just to be safe. And then this one, start of this one is right here. There we go. Okay, now we're going to carefully unwrap this. Okay, put this bubble wrap down here. And carefully, and there's the tube. And it looks to be it looks good on an initial inspection. It looks great. There we go. It is a Monport branded tube. Intellectual manufacturing expert of CO2 laser accessories. I don't see an actual brand name on it other than Monport, and it's a class 4 laser product. Here, let's put this on the other camera. I am not going to drop or bump this tube. We're going to go to this one and we'll show you guys that I don't see any issues with it. I don't see any cracks. There we go. Peak power 42 watts, agreement power 40 watts. We have a date of production, which means nothing because those numbers mean nothing to me. Look at that. Come to the other end. If we turn this around carefully and we look at the other end, I don't see any issues with this tube at all. So I think we are good to go ahead and do the replacement of this tube. There we go. This is the output end where the pew-pew comes from, is right in here. Let's look in there. I've never actually seen one of these before, let alone hold one of these tubes. Oh, laser eye surgery. That's interesting. Okay, so we're going to put this down carefully on the bench behind me. Not going to roll anywhere. There we go. Looks expensive. I think they're a couple $100 for these tubes. Ow, 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 ow. You're getting the heebie-jeebies. I just saw that comment. Who's getting the heebie-jeebies watching me balance? Bill, watching me balance a tube on top of the machine rather than on the bench. Yeah, I know. I like to take chances. I like to take chances. It is a big tube. Okay, so I got a couple different views on the camera here for you. I think the best view of this one is going to be the overhead, but for now I'm going to switch back to this one. So when we take this off, of course we had this door open. There's little latches on the end on the inside, which you basically just pull this spring latch and the door just pops right off, just like that. It's got a couple little spring latches on the inside of the door. Makes it real easy to get this door off. We'll put that back on the bench, and here is the old tube. So I'm going to switch to my overhead view, which, there we go. That's probably a much better view right there for you on this thing. So hopefully, it looks like my chat for some reason again is about 10 seconds behind. But okay, now as I say, I've watched a few different videos on doing this. I'm going to do my best to do the best on this, but the first thing it said to do was to undo these clamps, which are holding the tube down. We're going to have to cut one wire here, and we're going to have to cut another wire here. And then we're going to have to join those wires together. Once we do, we have a few zip ties, 2 zip ties down at this end, which are holding the wires in place. And then we have a zip tie on the back end here, which you can see if I switch over to this one. There's a zip tie right there holding this wire up and out of place. So we're going to go ahead and work on getting this removed. And I will do my best to keep up with chat. So there you go. Okay, let me grab my zip tie cutters first, and we are going to first of all get rid of the zip ties that we're going to have to remove. They've given us a nice little, right up in this part right here, they've given us a nice little zip tie holder there for putting the zip tie in. So yeah, pretty good. Hey, Brent Ferguson, Soggy, Texas. How are you? We were supposed to have rain this weekend. We didn't get much. Okay, we'll cut this zip tie. Then I'll remove the clamps. We'll get rid of this zip tie. So this is holding the wires in place. It looks like that's right there. This is holding the tube power, which I'm assuming it is. And then down over here, we have we also have a thermistor attached to the, actually to the water cooling pipe. There's a thermistor you can kind of see right there. Pretty interesting. Okay, and now I'm going to grab my screwdriver. And we will remove these clamps. Nice, they give you holes in here for you to put your screwdriver through so you can get at the screws on the clamps. That is brilliant. Okay. Just gonna make sure I don't lose these screws. And there's a couple videos that I found out there on changing this. There's not a lot. Surprisingly not a lot. So this will be a live version of the video. And we'll do this side. Now, a question I have for all you folks out there. Did you go to the parade? I did not. No. I went to work for the parade. My office is right downtown. I'm 2 blocks from where the parade was held, but no, I've been to the parade. Once you've seen a parade, you've seen them all, I think. Some people love parades. I just like, yeah, it's a parade. It's all right. Okay, we got this screw out. Pull this wire, and then this top clamp lifts off, and there's a little bit of a little, I guess, a protector there that goes between the clamp and the laser. So we'll put that up top here, like this. Hang on, let me do that so you can actually see me in the corner there. Ah. Okay, now we're going to undo the other screw, the other clamp. Ooh, as I release that clamp, I can hear the glass that's broken. The broken glass is right here. So I got to be very careful here. I do not want to cut my finger with broken glass. And I do not want to be walking on broken glass. I know I shouldn't sing on my stream. Okay, I got to be really careful here. Okay, a little bit more here. Okay. There we go. Cut that screw out. Now undo this one, and we're definitely going to be careful. Now, how do you guys suggest I dispose of this old tube? Aha. Okay, well, let's worry about getting the tube out first. I just hope it doesn't kind of shatter when I pull it out. We'll see what happens here. Okay. There's the second screw. I just dropped, oh, little, I got it. It's just a little spacer. There's a couple little spacers that go under the clamp and the screw here. We'll put those spacers in my little holding tray with the screws. Here, let's put this up here so I have everything handy here. Trash bag in a bin. Okay, just regular trash. Okay. Now, interesting thing is they've got a, I'm not 100% sure what this black wire is for. Okay, I'm assuming this big thick red wire, which I've got to cut off here, by the way. I'll cut this down around here. I'll just have to look and see on the other tube, and then I have to join that wire. This other thin one here, which is obviously connected right here, maybe this is just where I'll take it apart. It looks like they've connected it and then just put electrical tape around it. Let me have a look at the other tube. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm going to take it apart, is right here. And I think this is for, I don't know, this may be a temperature or a trigger wire or something. This is your power. Anyways, doesn't matter. Looks like I will be able to lift the tube out of there. Let me pop this piece off here. Looks like I will be able to lift the tube out of there and keep it intact. The broken glass is right. I'll just show you now that I got this clamp off. You can kind of see the broken glass if I zoom in. The crack on it, the clamp was right here, and there's where it cracked, right along here. Ooh, don't want to run my finger along there, but there's the crack that was initially there. When I move the tube, it looks like it's going to actually stay in one piece for me. So I'm just going to be very careful with that. Very careful with that. So, okay. So first of all, I'm going to take this electrical tape off and get these wires separated. Yes, I am unplugged. It's been unplugged since we discovered a broken tube, so I'm not worried about a buildup of voltage or anything in this. Unplugged and power off. The videos I watched, or the main one video I watched, the guy that did a great job of replacing this, he didn't like the electrical tape type thing here, so he used a connector. I'll probably just use a Wago or something in here to connect them. Better take it apart where the tape is even on the red wires. Better to take it apart where the tape is even on the red wires. This red wire, they've given me a lot of wire on this one. They've given me enough wire to come up to whatever this thing is. I think this is just a connector, almost like a Wago on steroids, but this electrical tape is not coming off easy. So, oh, here we go. Getting it. I'm just got to kind of work with it here. I don't want to. I could actually I could just cut this black wire because it's being replaced. And I could just pull the tape off like that. There we go. And there's the blue wire. And all they did on this was do a twist. They just twisted the wires and taped them. But I will say they did a great job of twisting them. So there we go. There's our bare blue wire. Okay, now the red one. Cut the red wire. The bomb will go. This wire is taped down. This wire is taped to the tube, which is fine. The tape is already on the tube, so I probably just want to cut this. Yeah, it just has to cut that anywhere because the new tube has plenty of length in the wire. So I'm just going to cut this because I'm going to have to strip this one in order to join it again. Shall I cut the red wire? How much does this cost, this machine? There is a link in my description to this machine. It's about $679 Canadian, if I'm not mistaken, but you want to click the link in my description to check it out and see. Okay, so if I cut this here, I'm going to have to, this is fine, so I'm just going to cut this right about here, like that. Okay, that's the wire I got to reconnect. Now, other than my water pipe, oh, I got my thermistor here, which is taped to the water pipe. Interesting. Now that one, oh, that should stay. I shouldn't have to touch that. I just have to pull the water pipe. So this is all free now, except for the coolant hoses. So, and this, this is cracked right along the bottom here. I got to be really careful here. So let me just give you an idea of what I'm dealing with here. If you look, that's me, hi. So right along here, so I have to pull the water hose off of here. This is cracked all the way underneath. You can see the cracks right through here. So as I'm pulling this, I want to be very careful. This is on there tight, that I don't, is there any room if actually I could cut this water pipe off because there's lots of hose flexibility here. I just got to be very careful not to break that tube or shatter that tube while I'm trying to pull this water thing off. Make sure the tube can be lifted on the left side. Yes, it can. Yeah, if I switch back to the overhead, this coming out of the left side, no problem. The only thing holding it on now is the water, the coolant tube. So put some duct tape on the tube. That's probably not a bad idea. That's probably a really good idea to keep that glass from shattering. Let me grab some tape. Thank you. That's a great suggestion. I have red duct tape. Look at that. I even have some, red duct tape here. That's a great idea. Who said that? I did get a chiller. Jeff Thorson, that's a brilliant idea. This tube is going in the garbage, so it doesn't matter. So let's just take this end and we'll just, oh man, that's sharp. I just touched the spot that's broken. Just got to be really careful here. So we're going to take this duct tape. Yeah, this would be very sharp, and I don't really feel like digging glass out of my hand. So let's wrap that around here. Okay, let's get another little piece of duct tape here. We're not looking for a beauty contest here to how this looks, so I'm not worried. My duct tape's tore in the middle here. Okay, there we go. Got some here. Some more. Another piece of duct tape here. If you can't duck it, then okay. Let's take this up here. That's a great idea. I feel much better doing this. That way it's not going to just fall apart. Even as I'm wrapping this, I can hear it cracking. Okay, there. I feel a little better with that. And then if it does break, we're not going anywhere. Okay, so let's try and see if I can pull this tube off. Here, I'm going to give you guys the close-up. See if I can pull this off. I'm probably going to be better off cutting it. There's going to be lots of length here. Oh yeah, there's lots of length here. So yeah, so I'm just going to snip it off here. Actually, I'm going to just take my knife and cut it off just like that. There we go, we got that cut off. And we'll come down to the other end and probably do the same thing down at this end, because this has got to come off right here in the tube. Yeah, and that's on there really tight. So we're going to cut this off as well, right as close as we can. There we go. That's cut off. Okay, now I should be able to just lift this right out. There we go. Oh, oh, I taped the thermistor wire for the tube underneath the duct tape. Silly me. Luckily I can just do that. There we go. Tube is out. And there's the tube, the old tube. So we are just going to, yeah, and it's the same. There's no brand or anything on this one. So, okay, we're going to go, take these plastic pieces off the bottom. Was there a plastic piece on the bottom of this? There might have been that I want to get off for resting the tube. So I do have to take this duct tape off, but it was on there mainly to get that hose off. So let's see if I can't get that plastic piece. It's like a little silicone sock. Yeah, it is under there. I'm going to take as little of this tape off as I can just to keep that tube intact. There we go. And there's that piece I needed out of there. Okay, so we'll tape this up again. And that is very, very crackly, so I'm going to actually put some more duct tape on that before I just don't want that coming apart in my studio. So we're just going to put a little more tape on here. Safety first. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to put this aside over here, out of the way, somewhere where it's not going to fall off of anything. Right on the ground, right there. There we go. Old tube is out. Yay! Okay. Now time to put the new tube in. Okay. Now I do realize that I am likely going to have to realign this tube when everything's done and said and done. So there's that. Okay. And then there's the water cooling line that went under the tube and around there. So I'm going to go ahead, Tim the Tube Man Taylor. There we go. Hey Dan, how are you? Okay, we're going to pop this little silicone piece back in here. That's what the tube was originally sitting on. And the same with this side. That was sitting on this. And let's grab, oh, I did, oh man. I was so careful. I was so careful. But at the same time, even when you're careful, oops, even when you're careful, you get, where is it? Come on. Anyways, even when you're careful, you get blood. I don't know how I did that. Oh well, hang on, I'm just gonna tape that up for a minute. Just give me a second here. I'm gonna put this duct tape back. I don't recall feeling anything cut that spot. Huh. But that's what we keep green painter's tape around for, because I don't want to get blood on the machine. So we'll just let's grab, we have a rag here somewhere. Here's a rag. I don't know what was on this, but I'll see if I can find a clean spot. Dry that, and then we'll just sort of, there we go. Got flexibility, that'll do for now. Interesting. I got blood on my hand here from my thumb. Is that another cut right there? By golly, that is another little cut right there. That's not as bad. Okay, good. There will be blood. Add a pinch of tissue paper for a DIY Band-Aid. Ah, this'll work. This works good. Thumbs up. Okay, let's grab the new tube. Carefully. Okay, and we're going to set the new tube in. Pretty much, I think it's only, well, of course we have to have the firing part at this end. Actually, let me switch the camera again. So we're going to set this in very carefully, like so. Now as far as where, so the black tape lines up there. I didn't take a picture of how far away from the mirror the tube is, but I believe we had the black tape lined up with the clamp on here, if I recall correctly. I'm just going to quickly have a look. The beauty of a live stream is you can go back and look. And if the black tape is in the same position, but we don't know if the black tape's in the same position, but I'm just having a look back here, and it looks like we were a little closer, right about there. That's one thing I never thought to investigate, is how close we need to be to the mirror. I don't think it matters. I think as long as we're kind of centered in here. Line up the old tube to it. But it's just a matter of yada, yada, yada here. And well, actually, I can see the old tube in the video. And in the old tube, the black tape was, that's not a bad idea, because I can see exactly where the old tube was positioned. So if I pick up the old tube, and if I look at the left side, the old tube was positioned with the label right to there. So the old tube was in here, and actually the tape is in different positions, of course. Now, let me just check and see, based on what I'm looking at there, we were right about there. So we are going to come back just a little bit. Yeah, right about there, right about there. I don't think it matters. I don't think it's critical, or that would have been pointed out in the videos I watched. Because really, likely we're going to have to realign the mirrors anyways. So, and a good spot from the frame you're looking at. Good. Okay, now what I need to do is I'm going to hook up we have to reattach this, so I'm going to have to get some electrical stuff out. This big one, I think we can get away with, let's see, what do I have? I think I have some crimp connectors down here. Let me just double check my inventory of stuff. Let's see, there they are. That one, terminals, that's what I was looking for. Terminals, that's the word. And I know I have another pack of terminals here somewhere, but I think this will work. Oh no, these are terminals, these aren't connectors. Okay, here, let me switch back to this guy here. There we go. I'm just looking for some connectors here. I thought I had some more connectors. I have these. These may work. This may work. These are the solderless solder and seal connectors. They may work for me. They may just work. In the movies, you're supposed to cut the green wire first. Oh, there you go. Hey, that's a good idea, Brent Ferguson. You can back it up and see where you put that tool down. Exactly. Okay, so I'm just going to strip this one wire here. That's about that size right there. Did I take wire with it? I think I did. You don't want to do that. So we're going to give it one more shot here. There we go. Well, that's very thin wire in there, actually. A little bit of a protective coating on there too. But that's good. Then we have they've already stripped this one. Okay, so that's pretty simple. So this can probably just, yeah, this will just kind of fit right here, and then we'll just zip tie this to a couple parts of the tube here. Let's see if these wireless connect, these solder, whatever, these things. You guys have all seen these things. I haven't used these much, but I imagine these should work for what I'm doing here, I would think. Let's just see. So we've got to make sure the wire hits that solder joint in the inside. Oh, Ranch Kid, well, happy belated birthday. You should win the filament because it was your birthday yesterday. Well, I don't know. Okay, that's not going to work. Maybe I need the blue one. I think I need the blue one. Or is the yellow one small? No, yellow one's too big. Let's try the blue one here. Yeah, that'll work, but will it shrink enough? Get both wires in the solder. I'm probably overthinking this and probably don't need to be this critical with it, but then again, maybe I do. Okay, so let me leave that there. Let me grab my heat gun. Oh, actually, I'll use a different heat gun that I got over here, right here. This guy will work. Is this on? No, we're not on. Am I out of fuel? Oh, that sounds right. Oh, that's on. Okay, there we go. So let's see if I can heat this up enough so it does its job. It's supposed to melt that solder inside, which it doesn't look like it's doing. No, that just sucks. Okay, we're going to stop that. That's not doing diddly. I never was a fan of these things. No, that did squat. I don't know why I keep these things around. Those are garbage. Lower temp solder. Never use them in high heat environment. Yeah, no, that's garbage. Those things are. Probably get rid of them. What else can I use? Those will fit in my Wagos. I wonder if it's okay. I wonder if it'd be fine to use a Wago for that. why not? Like, it's just to connect two wires basically. And these Wagos definitely hold really well. Let's have a look. Let's try this. Because I don't have any crimp connectors. I have terminals, but no actual crimp connectors. That's one thing I don't have in my Forte of Fortes. So I think the Wago will work just fine. And there. I think that's going to be just fine. Just use a Wago connector. Yeah, and that's what I'll use up here too, is a Wago connector for this guy. Actually, before I go too much further, I need a little bit of room. I haven't clamped it down yet because I want to put the water connectors on it right now. I think I'll do that before I do anything right now. I like Wagos. They're handy. They work good. So let's see how hard or easy it's going to be to put this water. Sometimes somebody told me you could heat it, but also it just takes a little bit of patience and persistence in pushing it on. So let's see. Oh, there it goes. It's slipped on. It's on. Now, I want to make sure it's on enough. I don't want to break the glass by squeezing. Okay, it's getting there. It's a snug fit, which is what we want. Okay. I wonder if I should heat that a little bit. That's hard. That is tough to put on. Where did I put my... I'm not using that heat gun I just used because that would be playing with fire, literally. So I'm going to grab my other little heat gun here that doesn't put out quite as much heat. I just want to soften that a little bit to put it on. Not much. Okay, we're going to use this guy just to warm that rubber up a little bit. I hear you. Yeah, safety glass gloves. See if that helps. Well, not really. I mean, that's on there, but is it on there enough? It's not on as far as the other ones are. Let's see if it pops off easy. No, it's not popping off easy either. I think I'll just warm it up a little bit more. Okay, I see. Well away from anything metal, and wrap it in insulation for the Wago, really. Well, there's no metal, it's all glass. Well, that's not going to go on any further that I can do. So I'll leave that one like that. I'll leave that one as is. Okay. And then for this end one here, I will preheat the tube a little. We've got some residue from some antifreeze they've had in here. Actually, that might cause it to slip on there better. Let's just see. Let's see. Come on, get on, get on. There we go. Oh, that one slid on a little bit easier, and I think because they had some, oh yeah, that one slid on nicely. That one slid right over. Here, I'll just show you on the other camera. So this one just, you can kind of see this one. Oh, come on. Right there. That one just slid on there nicely. It had a little bit of the antifreeze they had in it, which acted as a bit of a lubricant, so that went on there quite nice. Okie doke. Kind of like pre-building an oil, like pre-lubing an oil filter. Yeah, exactly. I think this end, just going to double check this end one more time. I think this end's going to be okay. I'd like to see that go on a little bit further. Let's just see if I can pull that off, and maybe if I even get some water in there, it might help it. Yeah. I'd like to see this go on a little further. There we go. Okay, that came off really well. I wonder if I just sort of like, just put a little bit of water in it. Like this. There we go, as long as it slides on. Oh yeah, that worked better. A little bit of water lubricates it. There we go. Okay, and that's a nice tight fit. There we go. I feel better about that. Little spittle won't hurt it. You're going to contaminate your water. No, no, don't be silly. So we're going to come back around here, right about this part right there. Now we got to go ahead and we'll put the Wago on this one. It'll be fine. And yeah, there's no metal anywhere around these Wagos. Just to address that comment, it's all glass tubes. There's a little, like, I'm not like I'm going to plug it against the side. This one though, I'm going to use. Actually, this one I think I'll just twist and do what they did. I'll do the same idea. Obviously, this wasn't critical that it was soldered or anything. This is probably just like a signal wire or something. So I think we'll just do that. I've got some electrical tape somewhere here. Where is my electrical tape? Right there. 2 rolls of it. Spit is the solution to many problems. There you go. Okay. We'll do this up. It's actually even a little better looking job than it was originally, so I think we're okay. Some people are going to cringe and say, no, you should have soldered it, but it wasn't soldered to begin with, so not critical. And it's not like there's any pressure or any undue stress or pulling on these wires. So let's get some zip ties. Where are my zip ties? Right here. That's what she said. You guys. Okay, so we're just going to zip tie this wire back in place like it was before. Grab my tweezers so I can get that zip tie around. This is where small hands are handy too, right? That's what she said. Come on, get in the hole. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we got that one back there. Snip that off. There we go. Okay, now let's get the, I'll get these zip ties on after. I want to get the clamps on before I do anything. This was around, the clamps was, we have this on top of the tube. Okay. This is it. Just make sure my position's about right. My position looks like it's about right. Okay, there and there. And we need the spacer. Let's get the clamp. And we have this spacer basically so we don't over tighten, because the last thing we want to do is over tighten this thing. and break it. Okay. Get the screw. Okie doke. And then I'll get the other side started. This one could be a little tricky for me. Oh, there we go. Find the hole. There it is. Okay. Okay, we won't tighten that yet. We'll get the other side on and crack the tube, which is probably what happened in the first place during assembly. Oh, you think so? Huh. Or should that come forward a bit? The tape is right over where the tube goes, which is fine. I think the other one was on top of it anyways. Yeah, the other one was on right on top of the clamp. Yeah, probably gonna have to realign these things too when it's all said and done, when it's all put together. Oh, and I didn't mention at the beginning of the stream, folks, don't forget to go ahead and enter the Polymaker draw. There is a link pinned at the top of the chat. And there is also a link in the description of the video. Go ahead and enter to win. Enter to win. Anything's possible, right, Tuxedo? Because that's exactly where it was cracked, was where this clamp goes down, right? So that wouldn't be a bad guess at possibility of what happened to it. There we go. Okay, let's get this side tightened down. This side should be able to tighten down to the spacer that's on there. Although it is tightening right now, although this has still got a lot of play in it. I just do not want to hear a crack. Okay. Okay. Little silicone piece under here has come out. Just gonna slide that back in. There we go. Settle in there. There we go. On a Friday afternoon, yes. Just before holiday weekend. But you'd think that'd be one of the first things they check before they box it up, you know? Unless the worker didn't want to get fired or something. Okay, we're gonna just... There we go. I'm just 2-finger tightening this. There we go, and I'm 2-finger tightening because I imagine this would be very easy to over tighten. Okay. That tube is not, that's not going anywhere. That tube is pretty solid on there. Okay, so now we just need to couple zip ties around the tube for the wires here. And I think we're good. We got the cooling tube hooked up. It's all tucked away in here. Okay, let me just grab some zip ties, 2 zip ties. Are these going to be big enough? Not quite big enough. See if I have anything longer. Sure I do. Oh, there we are. Oh, bear with me. These are new, they're not opened yet. Now they're opened. They're white, but they should be fine. There we go. Okay, one, and we'll do the other one back here. And the Wago is well away from any metal or anything. I think we're good. Let me just double check everything. Everything's there. We got that. The water lines are attached fine. The tube is nice and tight. I think we are good. Now, obviously, I have no doubt we will have to test it, but I have no doubt we're gonna have to realign the mirrors. So I'm going to have to kind of manipulate or move the chiller. Hang on a second here. I'm going to have to move the chiller in a way because if I have to adjust the mirrors, I have to do it on this bench in order to be able to get at the mirrors, especially this back one if this one needs adjusting. Now I did read on how to adjust these mirrors using a masking tape and firing the tube, but I have to have the chiller going in order to fire the tube. So is there a written procedure to read Bill D comments? Let me go back and read Bill D comments. Please check my comment above. It may be nothing, but it's worth considering. Okay, let me just check Bill. The back end of the tube, positive, is not too close to the chassis. I would worry that the tube heat position would put it against the case. A little more clearance would be nice. There's about 5 millimeters, 6 millimeters. Let me double check. It's a good point. There's a good 3/8 of an inch clearance. Let me check millimeters wise. Oh, this ruler's not the best. There's about 8 millimeters of clearance on the back, which I think is about, if I go back and look at the previous, when I showed the other one, let me just go back and see what the old tube was looking like. Let's see, the old tube, maybe it does have to come over a bit more. You could be correct there, because it looks like the old tube was maybe even closer. I'm just looking at I'm looking back at the video when I first opened it. Yeah, maybe I'll move it over a bit. That, you know what, it's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Just try it and check to see how the focus is. Hey, Mark. Mirrors were not moved. That's true. Yeah, but we'll figure that. We'll find that out. I'm just going to. I think I will move this over just a little bit more, because looking back at the earlier in the video when the old tube was still in there, it was a little bit closer. So okay, well, that's easy enough to do. To shift it along a little bit, and just loosen these off. And we'll give it a bit of a shimmy over. And I guess the only reason I'm thinking of alignment is as long as this tube is sitting in exactly the same spot, up and down and left and right, that it was with the old tube. And I guess providing I'm clamping it in the exact same way, with the exact same spacers and everything, it should be. It should be. No, the focus is, that does move a little bit. There we go. Make sure I keep these pieces in place on the bottom. Where's that bottom? This bottom one fell out when I moved it. We're going to have to take these clamps off again. That bottom one fell out. Okie doke. Not a big deal. Okay. So this silicone piece that was on the bottom here just fell out. So we gotta remove these. Yeah, absolutely. Kilroy, I agree. I'm not going to touch the mirror until just to see. And then there's the thing called a ramp test, and there's all sorts of different ways, but right now I just want to make sure that I get it on and that I've got it hooked up right and that it is working, but I do want to move this over a little bit. I think that was a good suggestion to move it over that little bit. Okay, so if I lift this up, let's grab the silicone piece that fell out, grab the spacer, put the silicone piece back in place. Let's move this over to where I want it. Right about there. Yeah, that's about where I'm just looking at the video previous, and it's right about there is good. So now we got a good inch on the away from the wall there, and we're basically pretty much even, sort of centered in here. Okay, so got that back on. Put this back in. Get the spacer. There we go. Okay. Okay, now the back one. Move that into place, move that back into place. Get the spacer. Come on, little spacer. Come on, you little bugger. Oh, where's my tweezers? Much easier to grab small pieces with a tweezer. There we go. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's better. Tube's in a better position now, I think. Okay, that, sitting on that. Good, we're sitting on the... See, I don't know how tight they had this down before, right? So what I mean is you got a silicone base underneath, a little silicone pad on top. If I don't have it tightened quite as much as they had it tightened, or if I have it tightened a little looser, that's going to throw where this beam goes off a little bit. But that's why we'll do some testing. Wire alert. Where? This one? This one's okay to be under there. That was under there before. That was under the clamp before. So I could possibly bring it down and bring it underneath off to the side, but I don't think that's going to be a big issue. That was under there before. There's no other wires that I'm seeing that are too in a weird spot. Stop what? I know I clamped, well, I can unclamp this wire if you think I should, but this wire was clamped prior to. Yeah, it was under the clamp as well, but I can take that out, no problem. Okay, since it seems to be an issue, I will take it out. I will take it out. I have no problem with that. That's what you guys are watching me for. I don't know if there's a reason for it being clamped, but because it's, I mean, I can probably, there's not a lot of room there. Let's see. I can run that down here a little bit. This moved out of place again on the bottom when I unclamped that. Let's just get this back in place. Got you back in place. Okay, that wire, the way they've taped it so close to that part, I don't know if I can avoid clamping it. That's the problem. Let's see if I go around the silicone thing like this, then if I come like this, maybe the wire won't be clamped if I do this. Let's just see. I'm just looking at where the old one was, and the old one was clamped under there, but that's okay. This'll work like this too, I think. It's not quite clamped under there. It's coming sort of underneath, and the silicone piece that's in there will prevent the wire from being pinched. Yeah, keep the, you know what, that's true. If you have that little piece of wire pressure going on the glass, it might cause the weak point in the glass. That's a good point. This time we're going to tighten it up for sure. This time we're keeping it the way it is. There we go. Just want to make sure that one underneath hasn't slipped out again. There we go. I've never worked on a CO2 laser before, so all this, let alone change a CO2 laser tube. So this is all new to me. Oops. Get that water tube out of there. Okay. And let's get this back one going. There we go. Okay. Two-finger tightening. Looks like it's sitting good. It's sitting good. We are snug. I think we're okay now. I think we're okay now. We can see we got a good gap between this end and the wall. Looking at my video where I froze it, looks like we got about an equal distance here and here. Give the electrons breathing room. Yes, exactly. I need to put water in the chiller though. I do not have any distilled water. I could use regular water for now and then I could always drain it and change it. I did not get time to get any distilled water. I don't even know how much that chiller is going to hold. So there's that too. But let's see if I can't move the chiller close enough so that we can actually give this a test. Let's get this out of the way here. Just did a little bit of a setup thing here with that light in case I needed it, but it turns out I don't. Okay. Can't fire the laser without a chiller, I don't think. I would not want to press my luck on that. We're going to do a draw in about 20 minutes, guys. If you haven't entered the Polymaker giveaway yet, please go ahead and do enter. It is pinned up in the corner of chat, and it's also down in the description of the video is the link to enter the Polymaker draw. Not for long anyways. So you're saying I can just do a quick fire of the laser, boom, and I'm good just to test the alignment? Is that what you're saying? I don't know, I'd feel maybe a little more comfortable, but this chiller needs to move from its home where it is now if I want to do a little test on this. Because I've got the chiller kind of way over here and the laser right here. I'm not worried about the exhaust. It's not like we're going to burn anything. Okay, so my water hoses are here. Outlet, inlet. We have the little connector here holding them together. If I want to do this, I would have to move. Let's see, I could access that from the front. I don't need to put this cover on quite yet. I think what I'll do is get some water. You bought yours at Walmart, baby section, distilled water gallons. Yeah, we have I can get distilled water anywhere here. Turn the power to minimum just to adjust the focus. Yeah. Yeah, distilled water is easy to get. But now, I guess question is, those of you that have CO2s, should I put some water in the chiller and fire up the chiller, or should I just turn this to minimum and just do a fire just to see if we're aligned? I don't want to blow the tube by not having water in it, even at minimum power. I don't know enough about these to know if I can do that. So, $1 a gallon. What do you guys think? Oh, there's not much lag in this at all yet. Nobody's going to give me the, nobody wants to say, yeah, go ahead and fire it, because I know. Because if it messes it up, I don't want anybody to be responsible. So I'm thinking I might want to just pull this chiller out and do that. I would get distilled and then test the laser. I would put water in it. You think I should get distilled Kilroy's before I test the laser? Just don't put regular water in it. Just wait and then get distilled water. Jerry says put water in it, then drain and refill. Could do that. Yeah, because I don't have any distilled water at home. Why distilled water? Purity. Distilled water is free from minerals and impurities that could cause scale buildup inside your laser's cooling system. Yes, exactly. Have Maria go get it ASAP. I don't think I would do that. Yeah, okay. I kind of agree with Kilroy, and I know that Kilroy does use CO2 lasers, and his comment is actually Kilroy's comment is actually good to the point where he says it's a brand new tube. Why contaminate the new tube? So you would not use regular water. So I think maybe I'll wait till I get some distilled water. I mean, we've killed almost the hour and a half here getting that tube replaced. So yeah, non-conductive, has low electrical conductivity, which reduces the risk of electrical short circuiting near high voltage components. Perfect. So again, distilled water. Yeah, but I kind of agree with Kilroy there. I know you guys, you want me to fire it up. I know you do, but do I have any distilled water upstairs? I don't think I have distilled water. I use distilled water in my egg cooker because you don't get any mineral buildup and contaminants on the egg cooker. And but I don't think I have enough left because I think this distiller holds a fair bit, or this chiller. Let's see, like a gas tank, right? It's hello. Yeah, I think it holds more than I have. I'm guessing this holds about a gallon or two. So, yeah. As disappointing as it'll be for me not to fill it up and test it today, I would rather do it properly and then err on the side of caution, as somebody said as well. But yeah. So let's see. What are the latest ones? I'll wait for him. You could talk amongst yourselves while I go get some distilled water. It would only take me no more than 10 minutes to get distilled water. Okay. I'll go get some distilled water. That make everybody happy? 10 minutes. Talk amongst yourself. I'm just going to leave the video as is. I'm going to mute my mic. I'll even wear my mic with me to the store, but I will mute my mic at the same time. Have groovy music going while you wait. Oh, let's see. What music do I have? Let's see. I have a song. I have one here that's 6 minutes and 51 seconds. How's that? Is that okay? And I'll go get some distilled water. I can't believe I'm going to do this. Video the trip. Let's start this over. Okay. I'll be right back. How was that timing? I don't know what kind of time I made, but hey, whew, I ran both ways. 6 ways from Sunday. And we still have viewers on. Cool. Okay. Nice. Oh, thanks. You like my jugs? Nice jugs, eh? Okay, let's make room for a cooler for now. We're going to move the... let's move a printer out of the way here. Just to make room for the cooler. Is this printer powered on? Let's power it off. Let's unplug it. Let's just move this out of the way. And we're going to put the cooler right up here beside the laser. That'll be the easiest way to do it. Let's get some boxes out of the way. Let's lift this sucker down just off to the side here. There we go. Sorry about that, Bamboo. You've been demoted. Okay, here we go. Oh, I got to catch up with the chat here. There we go. We couldn't leave you. Only two. Only two. Stop it. That's enough. That should be plenty. Okay. One chiller. Now on the back side of the chiller, whoa, I kind of ran both ways. I drove, but I kind of ran both ways too. So on the back side of the chiller, we have an outlet and an inlet. Okay, so water out is going to go into the inlet. Water in, water out is going to the inlet. Water in is going to the outlet. So let's pull these off. Oh, and they've tested this chiller. Obviously, there's water on it. It's wet. He's back. Okay, so get this plug out of here. Okay, so this hose in my hand is the inlet, which is going to go to the outlet. Now, I know they have little clamps here, but I think this is going to hold for now until I get this in its permanent home. I'm not going to bother clamping. Water outlet hose is going to go to the inlet. Here we go. There we go. Hose is securely fastened. You got your cardio workout. I did. Okay, now I need to put some water in this. Okay, we got to fill this with water. We have a gauge back here, like a fuel gauge on the back. It says full. We have a normal area, we have a full area, and we have a alarm area. So you don't want the water to get too low, basically. You put a drip pan under your chiller. Well, I'll have to do that after. I don't have a drip pan. Man, they fill these bottles full. Holy crap, they fill them full. Okay, let me see. A funnel. Okay, give me a second. We have ways of doing things here, because do I have a funnel? No, why would I have a funnel? But I do have, let's see. Let me see. I have a very steady hand. Let's see. Let's give it a shot. No, that's not gonna. I'm gonna need something. Let's see. I don't have a funnel, but if I could find myself a piece of plastic. Oh! I think I know. Where'd I put it? After all this time, you'd think I would have 3D printed myself a flippin' funnel. What am I looking for? I know I don't see chat. I'm over here looking for something that I think I have, but I'm not sure if I had a piece of plastic. I had a plastic sheet. Where did I put it? Well, I'm just going to have to go for it. That's all there is to it. Where's my little single step stool? That'll help me get up higher. You guys are probably suggesting stuff as I'm back here looking. I'm gonna have to go for it. I can't find that piece of plastic I had that I was gonna roll up and make a makeshift funnel. I don't have a funnel upstairs. If I'm fast enough, I can defeat gravity in a second. I know I can. Bear with me for a second here. I have another plan in mind. It doesn't have to be for much, just the initial pour. Ah, heck. Let's just do what, here. Is this, there it is. There's what I was looking for. Oh, I'm going to sacrifice something here. I've got a sheet of plastic. It's a gel here. It's a gel that I got. Which gel am I not going to really use? What color of gel do I think is really ridiculous? Let's use this one. It's cheap. There we go. There's my funnel. There's my funnel. There's my funnel. There we go. Just to get this started anyways. There we go. Oh, there goes my funnel. But I got it started. I'll probably still be good with this gel because it's got a protective coating on both sides too. A little bit of water never hurt anybody. There we go. Okay, now I can probably pick the bottle up. Gauge isn't even moving yet. Huh. Jerry said only 2 bottles. He might be right. I'm hoping 2 bottles is enough. Well, there's 1 bottle. Wow, that's a big tank. That is a big tank. Holy crap. Yours took at least a gallon. These are 4 liters, so this is going to be, that's 4 liters in. Jerry said buy 4 or 5. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully if 2 gets me in the green, I'm okay. Why do they fill these so flippin' full? Okay. See if I can get this to cooperate again. Oh, maybe not. Okay. I can't one-hand that. Jeez. Okay, I got an idea. Hang on. Hang on just a cotton picking second here. Hey, One Raz. Welcome to the comedy show. There, that'll get the bottle going. That way I don't have to hold it. There, let's see if I can get the bottle at least started with this. Are we even showing up yet? Oh my goodness. I don't want to have to run out again. This is going to be one heavy chiller. Will it be enough to fill the tube at least? Oh, there we are. I see a level now. Okay. Holy crap. I'm in the green at least for now. 6 liters. Well, that was 8 liters. That was 8 liters of water right there. And I'm just in the green. Okay, let me just grab a cloth here to wipe some of this water up. Well, at least we're in the green. I feel better about firing it up now. Just got to plug a couple things in here, get rid of some water on this. Okay. Oh, that chiller's going to be heavy. And I got to move it around after. That's all right. Okay. Get some water. There's right water on my electrical plug for my camera here. There we go. It's a flood. Okay. Drain. There's the drain. I should have checked the drain to make sure it was tight first, but it's okay. The drain is tight. So, just so you guys can see, I'll show you. You should be able to see the water level. Oops. What's going on? Oh, my camera turned off. Come on. Excuse me. My camera's being finicky. But you can see the water level is right there in the green. It's not at the top of the green, but it's in the green. So that can take another 4 liters easily. This thing would take about 12 liters, I guess. But that should be safe enough for us to fire it up. There we go. Salut. Salut. 8 liters is 2.11 gallons. Okay, well, let's plug the pump in, the chiller in. The chiller can be activated without the machine being plugged in, I believe, yeah. Okay. And we'll plug this in. And we'll turn it on. The switch should be right there. And here goes some water. Okay, we have water going through the tube. Let me get my camera here for proof. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Chiller's a little bit loud. Oh man. Come on. There we go. So, we have water going through now. I'm looking, I don't see bubbles, but apparently if you pinch the inlet, there we go. So now there's a test too. So apparently now, you'll hear me here. If I hinder the flow of water, I get an alarm on either tube. So it's flowing constantly. If there's anything hindering the flow, the chiller gives us an alarm. I don't see any drips. I don't see any bubbles in the tube. Hey, Maker Viking. Check level. Now the level is down in the alarm mode now, so they did take a fair bit of water out of there, but I think I've got enough in there to cool off. It's not like I'm going to be running a lot of work, but definitely need to put at least another 4, if not 8 liters in there. Maybe 6 liters. Water level went from about quarter way to the green to just near the top of the red, right about there. But the one thing I was told to check for when I was watching a couple of these videos, even Louisiana Hobby Guy's videos, saying I don't want to see any bubbles in here, which I don't see. So I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay to power the laser on. Now I'm not going to stay at this side while I do it, but I want to keep the cover on in case we do have to make an adjustment on a mirror back here. Let's see, do I have a power cord for the laser itself? Okay, this is where I'm getting into new territory for me, but I watched a few videos on this, so just because you watch a few videos doesn't make you an expert. I know. I know. I gotta find myself a power cord here, bear with me. I can steal the power cord that I took off the bamboo printer just a second ago. Where did I put it? Right here. Right here. There we go. Actually, I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to take this cord. I'm going to come around. I'm going to plug it into this plug over here. There we go. Run that around this side. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I need at least another 4 liters. Yeah, I will get some spare. They're only $3 a bottle. Wasn't bad. So we're going to plug in the laser. And we are going to come around. I'm going to come around the front now. So I'm going to cut to this camera. I'm going to come around the front side so I'm not exposed here. And I will put a piece of material or something down there. We'll just fire the laser just with the, we've got a temporary fire button here, or a focus button, whatever you want to call it, and just see if it does fire at all. So we'll come around front. Let's move some of this junk out of the way. There we go. So we'll throw this under. I'm not worrying about focus for now, right now. We'll fire this up. We've got our red dot here. No, I don't have a camera. I wonder if let's see if my overhead camera will reach over here. Let's see if I can swing my overhead camera over here to give you guys a better view. Overhead. If I swing you over, there we go. You kind of get a bit, well, if I kind of give you a half view like this, you'll be able to see if that laser tube fires or not. Oh, that's just hanging by a thread there. Okay, we're just going to leave that right there. Okay, so we do show 20.8 LCD display power. Temperature LCD display. So temperature 20.8. Our water temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, showing on here. Now we can turn this, the current, I know that they said not to go higher than, now we're not getting any current at all out of here. Laser signal off. Huh. We're not getting any milliamps out of there when I dial up that current. What's going on? We're getting nothing. Now I know when I turn this, I should be getting some sort of a current. PIB blocking view. Oh. Okay, good. Thank you for pointing that out. We don't need the picture-in-picture in this one. Let me get rid of that. There we go. There we go. So what I'm saying is, from what I read on these, is that I'm supposed to dial up the current here, the milliamps here, and no matter how I turn it, it's got zero milliamp output. It says water protection off, laser signal off. Oops, hang on. Emergency stop is on. Now, is anything firing? There is something firing in the laser. You can see it when I push the button. But not much. Just turn it up a little higher. So something is firing. You see that in the laser? Okay, get a piece of paper to put in the path. Okay, good point. You can see the laser firing when I hit the test button. Let's find a piece of paper, shall we? There's a piece of paper. I'll put a piece of paper in the path and we'll see if it does anything. I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to just turn my head. Okay, so it did fire. Whoa, did it ever? It fired. So let's turn that power down. I'm not getting a reading on the meter. I think maybe that's the issue. Let's turn the power up just a tiny bit. Let's fire it again, just to see. There we go. So we did get, it is firing. You can see right there that we are firing. Oh, absolutely. Oh no, I'm just so you guys know, I am firing it like this with my back to it. I'm actually watching it on the camera, so I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at the tube at all. So we're firing. So I think I need to do the that little mirror alignment test because there's nothing coming out this end when I fire it. Actually, let me bring the piece of paper around and try it in front of the other mirror. In front of the other mirror. So if I put the paper, oh, I didn't switch the camera. I didn't switch the camera, there we go. So if I put the paper in front of this mirror, let's see if it fires anything. And we did get something in front of that mirror. Okay, so it did fire. And let's put it in front of this. And it did fire, but I don't think it fired where I wanted it to. Let me try that one more time. Okay, it did fire. So we are hitting all the mirrors. But are we coming out of the bottom when we fire? We're not getting anything out the bottom, so. But the laser's firing. I think I just need to align it. Interesting. Okay. It's a pretty powerful laser. Sets paper on fire in a heartbeat. Maybe just close the lid. Put the paper on the bed. I did. Nothing. It is mirror alignment, I'm sure. So I'm going to have to go through a mirror alignment process. We are definitely firing. So the mirror alignment, let me just do the first mirror. The way it was suggested to me to do the mirrors, now if you guys have anything different, was to need to turn the throttle up. No, I shouldn't have to. It's firing pretty hot right to that last mirror. Yeah, that's what we got to check. Now, the way I was told, or advised or learned, when I watched the video on this, I'll show you. And you correct me if I'm wrong. I know you guys, and even you, John, you have a CO2, I'm sure. Jerry has a CO2. All of you do. Was to piece of masking tape over the hole so I can see the outline. Then fire the beam at a low power Okay, we're going to fire away. There we go. And we check to see if it's in the middle of the masking tape. So if I zoom in, oh, this camera, I swear to you guys, it's not the camera, it's the tripod. Not you tripod, it's this tripod. And if I look, I'm not quite in the middle of that tape. Not quite in the middle. You can start to see the outline. So to me, it looks like it's got to go up a little bit. Oh, come on, camera. I am going to strangle you. So to me, that does not look like it's centered on that burn. So to me, it looks like I have to raise that and go to the left a little bit, which means, now these were factory aligned, but because I had to put a new tube in, which means I have to now fiddle with these 3 screws and figure out which way is which. No, this camera's not happy today. Always tripod's fault. So yeah. So let me put this back here. I don't know if I want to take the time. We're at almost 7 o'clock right now, and it could be a little tedious process to do this alignment. So, and we got to do our Polymaker draw yet. But that's definitely what I'm going to have to do. Let me turn this off because it is loud. The other issue is I don't think this ammeter is working. When I turn it, I'm getting no number on the ammeter. When I fire it, I'm getting a number. So maybe it is working. Now, I was advised, shouldn't take long to do it, yeah. I was advised by a couple YouTubers, including Louise and Hobby Guy Rich, on this machine to only turn this up, I think he said to 17 or 18 ammeters, so you're not firing 100%. They say you should never use your CO2 laser tube at 100%. In other words, that'll shorten the life. I got to do a little bit more research on that, but you set your ammeter at whatever you want it to fire at the highest. That would become 100% in light burn, which is not 100% of the tube, but that's 100% in light burn. So can only read current when laser is active. Okay, makes sense. Check at head issue. Is there or height from material? Oh, it could be the focus. Yes, it could be. Put a jug and to hold the tape on the circle that you can put a crosshairs on. Put a jig to hold the circle. Yes. Yeah, this is one thing I never understood, this limit the percentage in the software at like 90% if that's bad for the tube. Yeah, put it 100%, do your limit in the software. It's the same thing. I think the reason Rich had said that is to have a, I guess a safety, a safety layer in place there, so that if you happen to just accidentally fire it at 100% in the software, you're not actually firing it at 100% in the machine. So raise the paper and test again. So you guys are saying the focal length. Let me check the focal length in here. I'll try it again. Let's fire this up again. Let's pull the tape off. But that's definitely not centered. But it's very close, but it's not centered. We'll grab the piece of paper. We'll see it. We'll check the focal length because I do have a focal length tester here. Where did I put it? Where's my focal length thing? Right here. No. Where the heck did I put it? Huh. Tell me it fell down behind my bench. Let me just go around here. Oops. Let me switch the camera too. We'll try this one, then we're going to do the Polymaker draw. It's getting late for some people. It's loud in here. With the chiller and the machine running, it's pretty loud. So let's just see. Let's move the gantry back here a little bit. I'm not sure what the exact focal length is supposed to be. And we are from here. This is the air assist thing right here, which is on. I bet that's the air assist pump making all that noise. It is. That high-pitched noise is the air assist pump. So if I pop this out, this will give me a little deeper focus. But I mean, I could always try a little lower and see what happens. No, it's not hitting anywhere here. No, we're not getting any beam out of the head at all. My guess is that these mirrors are way out of alignment. Well, we do get a beam. Actually, let's just see. What the heck? You guys have got me going down a rabbit hole here. This will tell me everything I need to know. Let's put some tape on that last mirror, on the head, right here. Let's see where that's hitting the head, hitting that one. Okay, that is hitting. That was way too much power. Let's do that again. That caught the tape on fire. Let's do that one more time. Let's turn this way down. There we go. Okay, there's the problem right there. They're going to pop that off. I'll show you the problem here. Why it's not coming out. Bear with me. Keep this while it's fresh. There's my outline. Well, I'm exaggerating a little bit here. Well, not really, but here's the problem. Here is the problem. If you look, that's approximately, where's my camera? That's approximately where the circle was, the bottom one. Okay, focus, hang on. Okay, see where that circle is? That's where the beam is hitting it at the head, which is why it's way out of alignment. So I have to do a major alignment on this starting from the first mirror. So that's why it's not coming out and hitting any material on the bed. Because when it's hitting that low, it's going to be way out of alignment, so way off kilter. That's off low, off center low. That was off center low. Let me kill the chiller. Oh, I can hear myself think now. We can leave this as is. We know the laser's firing, so we're going to leave this cover off on the back because we're going to have to get in here to align this first mirror. I figured it would need alignment putting a new tube in because as I say, I don't know how tight they had the tube in. I may have it a little bit looser. I may have it a little snugger. So of course the tube was going to be out of alignment. I fully expected that. So, but we did succeed in putting the tube in. The tube is firing. We got the chiller working. First for me on a live stream, running to a store while everybody waits for me. God, you guys are amazing. So I know you're just sticking around for the draw because you want to win some filament. I'm going to unplug this machine for now, and we're going to pick up. What I may end up doing is just, I may just end up just do the alignment offline or film it, or do you guys want me to do the alignment live next week? You guys tell me that. Well, I look and close the draw. I know the first one, it may just be the first one tuxedo that needs alignment and that's it. But because it is low and right, definitely low and right. No way, this was super interesting. So you guys want me to do the alignment live? I'll do the alignment live next Sunday. I won't touch a thing then this week. And I'll do the alignment live, okay? I think that's a great idea. But yes, thank you Monport for sending that laser, the tube, and the tube is working. We successfully hooked it up. We just have to do some mirror alignment, so you can get it fixed and engraved next week. I think I could probably since it's off already, let's do it live now. I got to go. I can't stay on much longer. But I don't think it'll take long to do the alignment, honestly. I think it's just figuring out which screws are which. And man, I think I cut myself in more places than I'd like to admit with that last tube. So anyways, I'm going to close the draw. We're going to go ahead and do a draw for some Polymaker before we finish. Where are we here? There we go. So if you haven't entered, I'm sorry, you had lots of time to enter, but we are closing the draw and we are going to download the names and we're going to pick a winner. Kilroy's Odyssey. Next week sounds like a good idea. We'll do the alignment live because you know what? Somebody may need to learn how to do the alignment out there, and I'm going to be learning as I do it. As I say, it's just which screw to turn and how much, and it's going to be trial and error for me. So David Walton says, I'm just learning about lasers, so the more you do live, I'm all for it. Awesome. We're going to do it live. We'll do it live. Rinse, yeah, Jerry, rinse your hands in IPA to check for cuts. Thanks, Jerry. Oh, Lord, you guys. Okay. We're going to export. We have how many entries we'll figure out in a minute. We're going to download the list. Oh, man. I've never run to the store on a live stream before. It's a first. I appreciate you guys sticking around while I did it, though. That was something. Okay, downloads. There's the giveaway sheet. Why are there only 10 likes? What? Okay, we're not giving away any filament then if that's all the likes there is. Let's see how many. What do I see? We're gonna shut the stream down right now. Let's see. Let's refresh this. 42 likes. Oh my goodness! You almost had me shutting the stream down. Like I would. Okay, and there we go. We have 50 entries. Look at that. Copy. And we're going to open the wheel. You hear water spilling. Somebody just flushed upstairs. That was a toilet flushing. I'm in the basement. There's water pipe. The drain is right there. Oh, man. Oh, that was the applause. No, that was a toilet. Okay, let's go to the draw. Here we go. Okay. Thought it was my stomach. It might be. I am hungry. Okay, let's go ahead and paste in the names. There we go. And what I want you guys to do is give me a laser power between 5 and 12%, and the fourth person is going to be the spins. Laser power between 5 and 12%. Remember, all in the family. Oh, of course. Stream is going down the drain. Fourth person, 5 to 12%. And that's what we're going to fire up next week. 1, 2, 3. Fourth person was Kilroy at 12%. We are going to spin the wheel. Shuffle 12 times, and then we're going to spin for a winner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good luck, everybody. And the winner of Polymaker giveaway this week is, I'm so excited, I can't hold it right now. Who is it? Oh, is it going to get by? Is it going to be Jack or is it going to be Sissy Kid? Ah, it looks like Jack Faxon. Jack, are you still in the stream, Jack? Say something on stream. You have exactly, we're going to allow for lag, so 1 minute and 15 seconds. Go now. Jack Faxon, say something on the stream. Jack, 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 Jack. Come on, we want a Jack attack. Let's go. Jack. We'll give him a minute. We got about another 45 seconds. You left him at the store. Is he taggable? He's not taggable. Well, we're gonna another 30 seconds and we're going to have to redraw. Sorry, Jack. Okay, well, we're going to give it another couple seconds here. He went for water, and he's not taggable, so he's not on the stream. So 3, 2, 1, remove. Okay, we're going to do another spin right now. Taggable doesn't matter on YouTube, but we've waited the minute and 15 seconds. We were fair. We're going to do another spin, and as long as he's not here before we do the spin, we're good. And we're going to spin it again now. Good luck. Attempt number 2. Oh, it looks like Maker Viking. Maker Viking, Thomas, are you still here, Thomas? Speak now or forever hold your peace, or your pieces. Maker Viking, are you still here? Dum da da dum dum. Maker Viking is here. Yay! Congratulations, Maker Viking. Awesome. Oops. Let me get that picture. There we go. Congratulations, Maker Viking. Oh, wrong camera. There we go. You'll get an email from me tomorrow with a link and a code to claim your prize from Polymaker. Congratulations. Awesome. I know you're way over in the other side of the pond too, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, well, this has been an eventful night, folks. I must say, first for me, never ran to the grocery store. And I actually had to ask where the distilled water is. And for those of you that don't know, and you probably all do know, and it's just me being dumb, go to the pharmacy. If you go to a grocery store, go to the pharmacy. That's where they sell the distilled water, not where all the pop and everything is. Don't want to fill this with Coke Zero or anything like that. So, yeah. Anyways, awesome. Congratulations. Norway. Well, this is worldwide. Hey, so there you go. It's been entertaining indeed. We had blood. We had blood tonight. We had a bit of sweat because I had to run to the store. No tears yet. There's nothing really to shed tears over, right? So other than the fact that I got to align the mirrors, but I fully expected I had to align the mirrors anyways. When you put a new tube in, they say that's the first thing to do is align the mirrors. So whether it was aligned from factory or not is irrelevant, right? So there we go. If you fill it with Coke, you'll pop the laser. Okay, that was half fake and half real laugh. That was funny, but that was that. Okay, I got to give you that one, Andrew. You'll pop the laser. Oh Lord! And if I'm lasering a weasel, does that mean pop goes the weasel? Anyways, you guys have been awesome. I'm going to shut her down, go get a bite to eat, relax the rest of the night, and I'm going to have a good week. I hope you guys have a good week. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you to Monport for providing this laser, and thank you to Monport for getting me that new tube out. Thank you to Polymaker for allowing me to give away filament on my stream, even though at this moment I'm not talking about filament or 3D printing, I'm talking about lasers, but making is making. And I think lasers are making a big comeback here. So everybody have a great week. We will talk to you guys next week. Take care, have fun, stay healthy. Bye for now.